Hey everybody, Graham here. So, I haven't been around a lot lately, and the reason for that is that there is so much going on right now that I have no idea what to say about anything. There's so much going on in the former Scientologist world with Aaron's situation, the stuff he's been doing, all the stuff that's going on with the Aftermath Foundation and the SPTV Foundation. It's all just kind of crazy. There's all kinds of stuff going on in the lolcow world. I was kind of following King Cobra JFS and Naked and Laughing and that whole arc, which seems to have kind of petered out, but it was really interesting there for a while. But I had to at least make a nod toward the stuff that's going on with Nick Rekieta. So you may notice here that I'm not in my usual spot, and I don't have my usual lighting, so I apologize for the video quality. My girlfriend had foot surgery on Wednesday, and so she's kind of camping out upstairs, so I got to find a new place to hang for, until she's mobile again. But so yeah, that's what's going on with that. But the Rekieta thing is just insane. So Nick Rekieta is a LawTuber, if you don't know. I assume most of you watching this probably know that, but I first found him during the Johnny Depp Amber Heard defamation trial, and I really liked his analysis. I would watch the trial usually with his stream on, and he would give commentary as the trial would go, and he would have a few other people on there with him, and they would talk about it, and it was all from a legal standpoint, and it was all very interesting and, kind of technical in that way. But I kind of lost track of him after that. When he's not talking about a specific case, I didn't find it particularly interesting. He got involved with the Kyle Rittenhouse thing, and I didn't really pay attention to that because that's one of those cases that's, the facts are pretty clear cut, but the politics around it have done a lot to obscure the facts. So I didn't particularly want to watch that. But over the past 2 years or so, Nick has really gone downhill, personally. Now, he was always a drink streamer, meaning, that he would often, have a glass of whiskey with him on stream, and he could get pretty hammered. And I didn't really watch a lot of those streams, but apparently they got worse and worse over time. Until a couple of days ago, when... So a couple of things happened in fairly rapid succession. Nick did a stream where something happened. So, okay, Nick and his wife have had a guest in their house, a woman by the name of April. And it's pretty well accepted that there's a kind of a throuple swinging situation going on here. April is in the process of getting divorced from her husband, and she's been staying with them, and apparently it's been a party. The only problem with that is that the Rekietas have 5 kids. Now, I have no particular objections to, the swinging stuff. I really think that people can do what they want with regards to that stuff, and I don't think it's anybody's particular business what people are doing in that department, as long, if Nick and his wife are staying within the bounds of what they've set up for their relationship, then, to me, it's not an issue. What is an issue is the kids. And so anyway, so he was doing a stream, and April was apparently under the desk, and some stuff happened with the camera on. And, if you watch this thing, and the clips are out there, they're all over the place. First of all, Nick was hammered. I mean, just blitzed. And, some stuff happened. He made some faces, and so that happened. So he got a lot of blowback from that. And then, a day later, the three of them got arrested. I believe April was released. I don't know if there are charges on April or not. There are charges on Nick and his wife. And I haven't really seen the specific charges on his wife, but the charges on Nick are pretty hairy. Number one is drug possession, and it is specifically possession of over 25 grams. 25 grams of anything on schedules 1, 2, 3, or 4, or something like that. But it came out that they basically found about 26, 27 grams of the white powdery stuff, and that's almost an ounce. That's a lot. I mean, I'm no expert, but the few times I was around it, like back in college and stuff, people were buying a gram or a half a gram. So an ounce is just insane. That's just a ridiculous amount of the powder. So that's number one. Number two is that he had some firearms. I'm not sure what the registration status of the guns is, but there was apparently one in the house and some more out in the garage. So that's the second charge. And the third charge, and this is the one that's the killer, because, honestly, I don't care if you do drugs. I don't care if you have guns. But the third charge is child endangerment, and specifically child endangerment from them being around the drugs and the firearms. And the one that kills me is just that in the report, there was a mention that they found loose ammunition in the master bedroom. So there were just like bullets lying around, I guess, on the floor. And God only knows what could have happened if one of the kids had gotten a hold of one of those things. I don't know how old the kids are, but, kids shouldn't be playing with bullets. I think that's just common sense. So Nick and his wife bonded out. I guess they put up $50K a piece or something, or I don't know. I'm not exactly sure how bonds work, but I know you don't generally need to put up the entire amount or something like that. And then when he was arraigned, he said that he was representing himself, which he's got to know, being a lawyer himself, he's got to know that's pretty stupid. And he's also representing his wife and April. Again, I don't know what, if anything, April's been charged with, but that's the statement he made at his arraignment. So that's really dumb also. If he's representing his wife, there's just all kinds of conflicts that arise from a situation like that. So hopefully that was just for the arraignment. Maybe he was thinking, okay, he knows what he needs to say to get through the arraignment for, him and the women. And, now that he's out, he can get a hold of a lawyer to represent him and the others. Hopefully. But people who are doing a lot of the powder and a lot of the alcohol tend to make dumb decisions. I've always felt that the worst thing about the powder is the way that it allows you to drink, so much more than you would have been able to without it, because, you drink enough, you pass out, and, it's kind of self-limiting in that way. But if you're doing the powder, it's keeping you awake, and you can just keep drinking and drinking and drinking and just completely obliterate your brain, not to mention your liver. So it remains to be seen if he's going to, smarten up in that respect. What's going to be interesting is that there are a whole bunch of conditions on his release, along the lines of not drinking or doing drugs or being around firearms or any of that kind of stuff. So, he may be having to navigate all of this while he's in withdrawal, and that's got to suck. So anyway, I just kind of wanted to get this out there because it's just weird. When I was watching Nick, he had opinions, and, he would shoot his mouth off, but he wasn't doing anything egregious. But indulging in shenanigans while you're live on stream, people talk about, a guy ruining his life in 4K, and it seems like that's what's happened. Obviously, he is not been found guilty, innocent until proven guilty, but based on the police report where they, list out what they found, it doesn't look good. Nick is, he's not been shy about his politics, and some of his stuff I agree with and some I don't, but I could see a lot of people kind of spiking the ball just because they're so excited that a guy like Nick got bad stuff coming at him. I don't like that. When people I disagree with get in trouble, I don't celebrate. It's not a thing I'm into. I'm more concerned about the human factor than the political factor, and so I'm hoping that that Nick and his wife and April and maybe April's husband, I don't know, I just I hope they all get the help that they need. I hope that they can get past the drug stuff and sort their personal lives out, and maybe in a year or two things will be better. Assuming, of course, that they're not in jail or something like that. The main thing that concerns me, and I think concerns most people I've seen talking about this, is the kids. I really hope they're okay. From what I've heard, they're with family, and that's for the best. But that's what I worry about. And then secondarily, the adults. And I'm just really hoping that they can manage to clean this stuff up and get past it and pull their lives together. Other people have done it. It's not impossible, but it is difficult, and I'm hoping for the best for them. And that's really all I have to say about that. So I hope you're all doing great. I am sorry I have been away for so long. It's been sort of the opposite of writer's block. There's just too much, and I'm paralyzed by it. There's just so much going on. Best place I've found to hear about all of this stuff is Down the Rabbit Hole News. Rabbit's a friend of the channel, but she is a friend of the channel because she's so good. And she will pull all this stuff together. She does a lot of research. And so she's talked a little bit about Nick. She's talked a lot about the former Scientologists. She's been on the Diddy thing pretty hard. That's not something I've really followed because I was never really into that world. I'm not a hip hop fan. No, nothing against it. It's just not my thing. So I it's not a world that I really know a lot about, and people who are talking about it are talking about all these people who it seems like they're known figures, but I have no idea who they are. I know a couple of the names that have, obviously I know Jennifer Lopez and Drake, but most of the people that get talked about, I have no idea who they are. But Rabbit's been on that, and she's been on the Scientology thing, and she's touched on Nick. So if you want a source, start there and then go with whatever she links to. Again, sorry for the absence. Hope you're all doing great. The weather around here has finally gotten nice. I hope it's nice where you are too. Enjoy the spring. And hopefully I won't be away for so long this time. But there it is. I'll talk to you soon. Graham out. Bye.